Scene script. Ever thought about the geographical makeup of the dual island nation Trinidad and Tobago? Nestled at the southernmost tip of the Caribbean, this vibrant duo of islands lies just off the northeastern coast of Venezuela. Trinidad, the larger of the pair, is the bustling heart of the nation, while Tobago, its smaller sibling, is a tranquil retreat. They are accompanied by numerous smaller islets, each adding its own unique charm to this Caribbean gem. The climate of Trinidad and Tobago, much like its culture, is wonderfully tropical. The islands bask in warm, sunny conditions year-round with temperatures averaging around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. This makes for perfect beach weather, but don't forget your umbrella. The rainy season from June to November ensures the islands remain lush and verdant, painting a vibrant picture of tropical paradise. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, or in this case, sunshine and rain showers. The same period from June to November that brings the rain also ushers in the hurricane season. While Trinidad and Tobago lie just outside the main hurricane belt, they're not immune to the occasional tropical storm. But don't let this deter you, as the islands are well prepared, and these storms often bring more rain than ruin. The island's location and climate have played a significant role in shaping their history, culture, and economy. The tropical weather, for instance, has given rise to a biodiversity hotspot, teeming with a variety of plants and animals. The surrounding Caribbean Sea, meanwhile, has provided not only a wealth of marine life, but also a gateway for trade and exploration. In the end, it's this unique combination of location and climate that makes Trinidad and Tobago the vibrant, diverse, and resilient nation that it is today. This tropical paradise, with its golden beaches, lush rainforest, and bustling cities, truly has something for everyone. Now that we've explored the geography and climate, let's delve into the natural resources that Trinidad and Tobago offer. Did you know Trinidad and Tobago is a treasure trove of natural resources? This twin island country is richly endowed with oil and natural gas, making it a significant player in the Caribbean's energy sector. These hydrocarbon resources lie beneath the country's land and territorial waters, ready to be tapped and transformed into valuable commodities. Oil and natural gas are the lifeblood of Trinidad and Tobago's economy, contributing significantly to the nation's wealth. Oil in particular has been a game changer for the country, with a history dating back to the early 20th century. Natural gas, on the other hand, has surged in importance over the past few decades, becoming a major export commodity. So, what's the impact of these resources? Well, they drive the country's industrial sector, fueling everything from petrochemical plants to liquefied natural gas facilities. These abundant natural resources have shaped the economic landscape of the country, as we'll see next. The heartbeat of Trinidad and Tobago's economy, it's the oil and gas industry. Now let's delve deeper into this industry. Picture an engine in a roaring vehicle. That's what the oil and gas industry is to Trinidad and Tobago's economy. It's the driving force, the pulse that keeps the nation's economic wheels turning. This dual island nation marks its presence as a major producer of oil and natural gas in the Caribbean region. What's fascinating is that this industry has been cemented for well over a century. Yes, you heard it right, over 100 years. In fact, Trinidad and Tobago was the first country in the world to export liquefied natural gas, carving a niche for itself on the global energy map. Now imagine an intricate network of machinery, pipes, and towering structures. This is the energy industry of Trinidad and Tobago, a testament to the country's prowess in harnessing its natural resources. The nation houses a number of sophisticated oil refineries and natural gas liquefaction plants. These facilities play a key role in processing the country's abundant hydrocarbon resources, transforming them into valuable commodities ready for export. But it's not just about the production. The oil and gas industry also contributes significantly to the nation's employment, providing jobs for thousands of people. It's an industry that touches lives, fuels growth, and powers development. Yet, Trinidad and Tobago is not just resting on its laurels. The nation is continually investing in the development of its energy industry. From modernizing refineries to adopting new technologies for efficient extraction and processing, the country is constantly striving to stay at the forefront of the energy sector. However, like a vehicle that runs on a single type of fuel, an economy that heavily relies on a single industry can face challenges. Trinidad and Tobago is no exception. The country is aware of the risks of over-reliance on oil and gas revenues. While the economy is dominated by oil and gas revenues, efforts are underway to diversify. This is the mantra that Trinidad and Tobago is chanting as it looks towards a future where its economy is not just fueled by oil and gas, but also by a blend of other vibrant sectors. Putting all your eggs in one basket, not Trinidad and Tobago? This Caribbean nation is well aware of the risks of over-reliance on one industry and has thus been making strides towards economic diversification. Starting with tourism, Trinidad and Tobago is a jewel of the Caribbean, boasting beautiful beaches, vibrant cultural festivals, rich biodiversity, and historic sites. These unique attractions draw tourists from all over the world, generating substantial revenue for the country. This sector not only brings in foreign exchange, but also creates jobs, thereby contributing significantly to the nation's GDP. Moving on to agriculture, while it may not be as dominant as the energy sector, it still plays a pivotal role in the economy. The country produces a variety of goods such as sugar, cocoa, and citrus fruits. This sector supports the livelihoods of many, particularly those in rural communities, and has potential for growth, especially in the area of agro-processing. Financial services is another sector the government has been keen on developing. Trinidad and Tobago has been positioning itself as a financial hub of the Caribbean, offering a range of services from banking and insurance to investment. The development of this sector is crucial in creating a more resilient and diversified economy. But it's not just about developing other sectors. The government is also focused on fostering innovation and entrepreneurship, understanding the crucial role they play in a modern, diversified economy. In recent years, there has been a push towards promoting technology-based startups and creative industries. These diversification efforts are, of course, a work in progress. Transitioning from an economy heavily dependent on oil and gas to a more diversified one is not an easy feat, and it certainly won't happen overnight. But with strategic planning and execution, Trinidad and Tobago is gradually shifting its economic landscape. Despite such diversification efforts, the economy faces a few challenges. But that's a story for another day. For now, let's appreciate the strides this Caribbean nation is making towards a more diverse and resilient economy. Every economy has its challenges. Trinidad and Tobago is no exception. Despite the country's significant resources and its strides in economic diversification, it faces several hurdles. One of the most notable is the volatility of oil prices. As a nation heavily dependent on the oil and gas industry, fluctuations in global oil prices have a direct and substantial impact on Trinidad and Tobago's economy. When prices are high, the nation thrives. When they dip, the economy can take a significant hit. This roller coaster effect is a constant challenge, making economic stability a bit elusive. The need for economic diversification is another significant hurdle. Yes, Trinidad and Tobago have made significant strides in developing sectors such as tourism, agriculture, and financial services. But the reliance on the oil and gas sector remains substantial. The government is continuously working to broaden the country's economic base, but this is no small feat. It requires time, investment, and a strategic approach to nurturing new industries without neglecting the established ones. Then there's the challenge of managing revenues from extractive industries. This wealth needs to be managed effectively to ensure it benefits the country's citizens, supports sustainable development, and provides a safety net for future generations. It's a delicate balancing act, and mismanagement can lead to economic disparity and social unrest. So we've journeyed through the geography and economy of Trinidad and Tobago, a fascinating Caribbean nation with a dynamic economic landscape. We've seen how the country is leveraging its vast natural resources and exploring new economic frontiers. We've also touched on the challenges it faces, from oil price volatility to the need for further economic diversification and revenue management. Remember, conditions can change, so always check for the latest information. This nation, like any other, is a living, breathing entity, always growing and evolving. And that's part of what makes studying economy so fascinating. So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep discovering the